This is Kaylee Copeland with Equine Information Source, and today I am here with Julia Alebrand and Mackenzie J. Julia Alebrand and Mackenzie J have both been passionate about horses from a young age. With the goal of turning passion into a career, they both made their way to the University of Guelph's Bachelor of Bio-Resource Management degree program, where they majored in equine management. Julia first began working for Schleese Saddlery Service when she completed a research project with the company during her undergraduate degree. From there, she completed an internship with Schleese during her summer break. Following her graduation, she returned to Schleese Saddlery full-time and now works in the office as a clinic coordinator, scheduling saddle fitting appointments, and as a certified saddle ergonomist, completing in-person saddle fitting appointments with horses and riders. Mackenzie became involved with Schleese Saddlery during her undergraduate degree as well, when she completed a marketing project in collaboration with the company. Upon graduation, she immediately began working full-time with Schleese as a client relations representative, where she worked in a variety of departments within the company. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
For many horse owners right now, due to the crisis created by COVID-19, paying for a saddle fitter to adjust their saddles may not be financially feasible. How can horse owners test their saddle fit on their own? What are the most important points they should be assessing?
We have 9 points that we typically look at just with the common, like if we're at demos and stuff like that. So people who just are asking quick questions, we have 9 points that we look at. So first we look at the balance, and then we look at wither clearance, our gullet channel width, the full panel contact. So that's where we call it our horizontal panels. So basically the part that sits right on the horse's back, like along the length of the spine, and then, beside the spine, and then billet alignment, and then saddle length, which is something that's really important, and that is actually first on our checklist when we're doing in-person appointments. And we look at saddle straightness, saddle tree angle, and then saddle tree width. So many people, when they're describing saddles and how they fit, describe words such as like narrow, wide, and keywords like that. And we actually identify them separately because they actually can affect different muscles and change the way that the saddle fits itself. So these are the 9 points that we look at, which are all available on our website if you wanted to check them out, because they are available for free and for anyone to use if they wanted to just do a quick check from their own saddle. So these are all of our resources that we have available. There are a couple of free ones, as you can see here. Primarily, we do work on site with people. So with COVID-19 happening, it kind of derailed our typical process, unfortunately, but we've actually been able to develop this online saddle fit evaluation process that is unlike anything else in the world. So we have redeveloped something that we started originally that was helpful, but now we've created instructions that are just as precise as when we see people on site. So now we have 2 options available. The online service is free, and you will be paired with someone who is a certified saddle ergonomist that works in our company. And then they will work with you either to assess the fit of your current saddle. They also look at Schleese saddles if people need adjustments in between appointments, or if they are in a remote location and need adjustments, you can send it into us and we can do adjustments there. And then we can also work to build a saddle as well, and perhaps purchase demo saddles and things like that as well. So we're kind of adapting to the situations and develop something that is unlike anything else on the market. And what you were asking about, if there's something that people can check, we can use those 9 points there, but you can also use this free evaluation service that you'll actually be paired with one of our fitters and working with them directly, even if it is long distance and it's obviously not as in depth as on site. It's just drawn out. You get the same experience. We still do a dynamic assessment, a static assessment, and everything. It's just over video calls and emails rather than right there face to face. But beyond that, we have a couple of different options. So obviously our 80-point saddle fit evaluation is our on-site service. It is $159 plus taxes, but again, it's 80 points, and it's typically about 2 hours with people who are new to us, because we want to go into as much detail as possible, and we do a full chalk drawing and identify all of the muscles and points, negative reflex points that are on the horse's back and body that we want to avoid during saddle fit. And we allow you to try and ride in saddles that we bring with us, but we also identify what sort of issues are happening or sort of things you're seeing in the current saddle fit as well. So it's a very in-depth process, and like I said, it's exactly the same with our online service. It's just drawn out. Instead of it being 2 hours, it might be over a couple of weeks, because you'll be working with the fitter long term. And then we have our Fit Challenge, which is through our sister company, Saddle Fit for Life. And Julia knows a little bit more about that, so I would recommend we'll go to her for that part.
Yes, yeah. So basically the Saddle Fit for Life Fit Challenge encourages riders to take a look at their own saddle fit. So it does guide you through the checklist that we showed you previously, as well as a few other points, and also pairs you with somebody who a certified saddle ergonomist who's able to give you recommendations on the fit of your saddle. Is not quite as in-depth as our online professional long distance fit kit, but if you're just kind of curious and you want to give it a try, I would recommend opting for the SFL Fit Challenge. And then if you are really intrigued after that, fill out the online professional long distance fit kit and investigate your saddle fit further.
The online professional long distance fit kit is really great too, because we actually provide you with all the instructions on how to take the measurements. And I personally find it very in-depth, to the point that people probably don't realize how much measuring goes into saddle fit. And so it gives them kind of a cool experience that they can either purchase or put a deposit down on a fit kit from us directly that we provide you the tools, or you can use tools that are available around the barn too. So people can do it right from the items that they already have around. The other resources that we have are Jochen Schleese's Suffering in Silence book, which goes through all the different aspects of saddle fit, as well as the history behind it and his story as well, and what he's seen and different things that are involved with it, because he's been working with professionals all over the world, and he wrote this book as a kind of compilation of everything that he's learned over the many years that he's been saddle fitting. And then we also have our Saddle Fit Expert Guide, which is something that's available online and is also free. So it takes those 9 points of saddle fit and goes into even further depth of what is involved with each of those 9 steps.